corruption more than any other government in Nigeria. Well, apparently, Sanusi does not agree. Away from that one, Tribunal delivers judgment in Atiku Obi's petitions against Tinubu tomorrow. 2023 budget, federal government posts 4.6 trillion naira half-year revenue. 2023 budget, federal government posts 4.6 trillion naira half-year revenue. Oando set to take over Egypt's oil and gas power assets in Nigeria. Deal awaits regulatory approval. ENI to focus on offshore business in Nigeria. Also there, subsidy. NLC shuns federal government's peace talks, insists on strike. And subsidy, federal NLC shuns federal government's peace talks, insists on strike. Those are headlines from this day newspaper. The Nation is up next. From The Nation, federal government, TUC. Okay, take that again. Federal government and TUC strike over subsidy payments not needed now. That is, the federal government and TUC saying strike over subsidy payments not needed now. NLC pushes ahead, shuns meeting with minister. Wage award plan ready in 2 weeks. Presidency cautions against mixing labor matters with politics. So every time that Labour threatens to either go on a strike or go on a rally, you hear federal government calling for a meeting or make one statement to say, oh, minimum wage will be increased and this and this and that. But afterwards, everything goes quiet again. Let's see what plays out with this, strike by the NLC. Who knows what's going to happen? DSS warns protesters. DSS warns plotters of violence. Away from that one, Oyetola demands report on dilapidated ports facilities. Oyetola demands report on dilapidated ports facilities. Tribunal verdict on poll. Tinubu will be confident. Just above the masthead, you have tolling of federal highways to go on, says Umahi. Tolling of federal highways to go on, says Umahi. Sanwo-Olu drops 5 in new nominees list to Assembly. More insight into Tinubu's 100 days in office. Sanwo-Olu drops 5 in new nominees list to Assembly. Apparently, the Lagos State Governor yesterday sent a new list to the State Assembly. Recall that the Assembly had rejected the confirmation of about 17 of the nominees earlier put forward by the State Governor. Apparently, they sorted that out and he sent a new list. Let's see what comes on. Anyway, moving away from that one, the Guardian newspaper has a big story on the 100 days in office of the President Tinubu administration. By the way, President Tinubu jetted out yesterday to India last night for the G20 summit. Well, from the Guardian newspaper, the big story, Tinubu's burden of resetting Nigeria in 100 days. Tinubu's burden of resetting Nigeria in 100 days. And they have where they refer to some of the highlights of the Tinubu administration. Fuel subsidy removal on the positive. Foreign exchange liberalization, appointment of service chiefs. These are some of the things that the Tinubu administration have been able to do in 100 days. fuel subsidy removal, foreign exchange liberalization, appointment of service chiefs, Emefiele's arrest and prosecution, EFCC boss removal, student loans, dissolution of MDA's boards, appointment of ministers, Niger crisis. Also, there worsening FX crisis, rising poverty, shrinking household incomes, spike in living costs, bloated cabinet, high fuel prices, and rising inflation. That's a big story in the front page of the Guardian newspaper. Bold reforms leave Nigerians more miserable amid assurances. Bold reforms leave Nigerians more miserable amid assurances. Gabon coup leader General Nguema sworn in as interim president. You also have that in the Guardian newspaper. Apprehension as Labour begins warning strike and court rules on presidential election. Sanwo-Olu flags off commercial operations of Lagos Blue Line Rail. Tinubu not to blame. Buhari plunged economy into crisis, says Sanusi. Tinubu not to blame. Buhari plunged economy into crisis, says Sanusi. And policeman beg your pardon, take that again. Policemen nab colleagues for abduction and extortion in Rivers. Policemen nab colleagues for abduction and extortion in Rivers State. All right, it's time for us to get your thoughts in now. Feel free to respond to any headline that jumps at you this morning. The numbers to call 090-7353-0044 and 090-8766-8888. You want to send SMS or WhatsApp messages, make them 2090-9705-4450. Okay, you can watch us live on YouTube and on Facebook. If I were you, I'd go there now and be a part of the conversation. You can also leave thoughts there. I'd love to read them. Our first caller is here. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. My name is GB.
GB, good morning to you. Welcome. I'm very well.
Yes, my interest is NSC Sean meeting. TUC minister condemned strike. Can see two union body with different stand on strike. I would tell you that right from the beginning, NSC was not even interested in dialoguing with government. When the subsidy was removed, their stand was they will not have to do with government until it's reversed. It was when TUC started meeting with government that they changed their mind. And from that onset, they have been having a hard stand that they have been very confrontational. Sometimes ago, they said they are going on indefinite strike before they want to increase fuel, whereas it was a rumor, the beer parlor gist. There was nothing like that. Now, I ask myself, the NLC, what do they want to achieve out of this two-day strike? You give a warning strike if you have reached agreement with somebody and you renew this agreement, you now give an ultimatum. If you don't fulfill this thing, there will be strike. NLC have not reached any concrete agreement with government. They are putting on. That's why TUC did not join them. TUC met with government yesterday and they said, okay, this award wages we are giving you next 2 weeks. Our wages is that we have not to increase price. I mean, to increase the salary of civil servants, take a lot of process. The award wages that say, okay, I'll be giving you total amount of money pending the time we fix your permanent salary. That's what award wages mean. And now government, and that's what TUC is asking upon. And I wonder why Labour, NLC did not go into that with government. Now, government are giving 2 weeks. If after 2 weeks, when they not do it, then you have a grant to now say, okay, this is a warning strike. Our agreement on this thing, you fail to do it, we are going warning strike. Okay, after this now, I'm wondering what NLC want to achieve after this warning strike. Because they have not put anything before the government before they go on this strike. To me, as I said before, it's political. They have political connection. You don't want to be on the newspaper.
Thank you very much, Evie. Appreciate you calling. All right. So the NLC and the federal government had been in several meetings and some promises made. The NLC had gone on rallies and given warnings.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, good morning to you. Welcome.
I greet you. I greet all listeners. Tomorrow is the day for the tribunal. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes. And the police and the DSS have been threatening people. I can't be violent. And I can advise my followers to be violent. But what I'm begging the federal government, I'm not begging them. I ask them to do the lighting, the judges, yes. The judiciary, yes, that should do the needful. If they fail to do the needful, I think the next instance will be end judiciary in Nigeria. Are you hearing me?
Okay. Don't make threatening statements on radio, please. Do not threaten anyone.
So what? Okay, sorry for that. What I'm trying to say is that let them do the right thing. If they don't do the right thing, we take the next step. We know who we vote in 2015. And telling us that Mr. Tinubu won the election. Voted by who? Yeah? Who voted? Tell me who they had correct that will vote for him. Now, you want to...
Okay, thank you very much. Moving on. Hello, good morning. Moses, welcome. Thank you so much. Oh, Bright, sorry. Bright, good to have you.
Yeah, sure.
How are you, sir?
I'm very fine. God bless you. And bless the good people of Nigeria. The good ones too. Yeah, I want to ask you a question now. So, this is a beautiful review. So there's nothing like entertainment or sports.
Oh, you want entertainment in the newspaper review?
Because the problem of this politics is too much.
Okay.
Let the reputation not keep person.
Okay.
At least it is small. Sometimes you think it's small. But they have something to talk. Since I've been talking. Where is it leading us to? Tomorrow now, they will tell us the reality. Yeah, Nacho. We want a better Nigeria. Check the number of governors in the legislative house, the amount of governors as ministers, their cronies, their children. Like Erufai is a political figure. He has 2 children in 7 seconds. All of them rotating everything among themselves. Now, Tinubu, tell me where is Buhari in his administration. And that's why when we are talking like people like the Zion Prince, when they are complaining about Buhari, they say, no, don't complain about Buhari. Now, he has destroyed everything and went away. Now, it is not that we are blaming him. But when the people are doing those things, people are complaining, they say, no, don't talk to him. He's the president, he's sacrosanct. Look at them. It's not that Sanusi knows. When he was he's one of those who that brought Buhari. When he was in Buhari's, Jonathan's administration, he was there castigating Jonathan. He's doing subordination to his master. Now he said people are wanting him to come and talk. What is he going to tell us? Yeah, I'm resolute. If you rig elections and you plot coup, all of you are the same thing. Unless the good thing is done, there's nothing like Tinubu is president. I don't believe in presidency. Period.
Right, thank you very much for calling. All right. No one else has the right to declare anyone president except for INEC, and unless the courts declare otherwise, whatever it is stands. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mohammed.
Good morning, Chidin BC. Good to have you.
Yes, you are right. Chidin BC is on the line. Man that is talking. Anyway, somebody is talking about TUC and NLC. Who is supporting who? Well, the truth must be said, though. Nobody is supporting anybody than to do the right thing. Do the right thing and let it be. Now, 100 days in office, 12 subsidy removal, appointments and all whatnot. What has it got to do with the economies and every other thing? When we have a dilapidated refinery, 4 as a country, and none is working, and then in this kind of refinery, you get what you want. It will increase the unemployment. It will reduce unemployment. It will give you more foreign exchange. It will give you so many things you need. And then why are they leaving it lying low? And then they are counting 100 days. Nothing is there. For me, I have not seen anything there.
All right.
We are still looking. On the very election, see, we are a particular place is sustained. They are counting what they have, but one of the types of this country is sustained. We don't have complete people in government.
Thank you, Chidi NBC. Thank you. Thank you very much. Gotta let you go now. Thank you. All right. From Facebook, we see also Francis. You say, "Good morning, Ihanacho. As Obi and Atiku know their fate tomorrow, I strongly believe that the tribunal will deliver an objective verdict that will be acceptable by the majority. May God help us." Thank you very much, Chidi. Also Francis. Appreciate you joining in on Facebook. Okay, let's get more of your calls and thoughts in. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Ihanacho.
Good morning, Elder Noja. Good to have you.
That's my name. I regard to your family.
Thank you, sir.
Ihanacho, I want to ask you 100 days in the office. Those my junior brother, James and then John from DC. I want to ask them, what do you get from the 100 days in the office now? Because they are one of the Lion Ahmed and then Garba Shehu, those men of the government in all radio stations. I want to know from them what do you get for this 100 days in the office now? You know the agony and cry? I don't know. They are talking about a democratic government. In Nigeria, which practice in Nigeria. You see, where they overthrow the corrupt government, people will come say they overthrow this is democratic government. Anything resembling democratic government in Nigeria. If you tell us, one, Tinubu is in Medeco. Medeco does not stop disturb where they don't disturb us where we are in the government. They don't allow somebody to sleep in the house. Medeco is in the power now. As a government, as a federal government of Nigeria. Remember, Medeco is in the power now. What are we seeing? Guys, killing, hungry, everything. And then Medeco, they disturb us until they hand over the government to civilians. Look how they are doing now. They first Medeco member to be a president of Nigeria. Look how he's ruling Nigeria now. I'm not a politician. Sorry, please, I'm not a politician. Nobody should quote me. But they disturb the government, disturb the army government. Army government provide all these things for them when they are here now. Since when they came to government, everybody in Nigeria, nobody is laughing now. Everybody is crying. Remember on Medeco, where the trouble push people out from the government. Thank you very much. God bless Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you, Elder Onoja. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. My name is Mr. Chidi. I'm calling you from Madala.
Mr. Chidi.
Mr. Chidi, I'm calling from Madala, Niger State.
Good to have you. Is your first time calling?
Thank you. No, I'm not a first-time listener, but I'm a first-time caller.
Oh, great. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. I want to react on the story that said that DSS and police are warning for any protester. Does it mean that they know the outcome of the judgment tomorrow? My brother, the truth is that we all know the outcome of the judgment. Nothing good will come out of it. Because this government belongs to the judges. They are all in the same party. But we are watching to see. God is not sleeping. Anybody that wants to turn the word of God or what God has said to be will surely face the punishment of God. That is my take this morning. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chidi, for calling. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, President.
Good morning, Clement Zion Prince. Welcome.
Thank you, and God's blessings to Nigerians. Only yesterday, Garba Shehu told us that Buhari helped Nigeria to fight corruption. Maybe that is why Nigeria is very, very rich today.
On the contrary, Sanusi is telling us today that we should not blame Tinubu, that the problems Tinubu inherited from Buhari is what is crippling Nigeria to where we are today. We know that Sanusi's opinion carries weight. Quite all right, every Nigerian knows what is going on in Nigeria. We are not fools. But my question for Tinubu is this. He was the leader of the APC when Buhari was in government. He was going to Aso Rock anytime he wished. He has access to the president. What advice did he give Buhari when Buhari was messing up the country with corruption? And now that he has taken over from him, he promised to take over from to start from where Buhari stopped. And the inclinations are very, very clear, the way he's going. Now, if Buhari is the architect of our problem, there's always a blame game in Nigeria. With the boldness Buhari, that Tinubu started with, what stops him from going after Buhari and his acolytes who cripple Nigeria? We know where in Nigeria the money is. It's in the hands of a few pockets. The 10 trillion stamp duty is questionable. 10 trillion. All the corruption cases against Buhari's people are Cantanjara's Federation, the Secretary to Government, Buhari's family members, and so many others. And Tinubu now recover that money and build refineries for Nigeria. Why is he turning against the people, the masses? Why are we bearing the brunt when Tinubu at the same time is raising enough money to share for the big men and pay more increment of governor salaries, increment of minister salaries, increment of his own hardship allowances and all that? Why must people pay dearly for it with job losses, lack of infrastructure, drop out of schools, school fees increasing, taxes increasing? Why is Tinubu out for Nigerians? That is my question. If he can answer it, he's doing well. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you very much for calling. And saying out for Nigerians, well, that could be mean both different things. Let's get in more callers. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. Welcome. What's your name?
Yeah, this is Felix from Lambata.
Mr. Felix, good to have you.
Felix from Lambata. Yes, Mr. Hanacho. I don't know when Sanusi becomes Tinubu's spokesman and start telling Nigerians who is the cause of Nigerian problem. Tinubu made it clear to everybody when he was campaigning that nobody should pity him. He understands the situation. He has been part and parcel of APC government. He was the leader of that party. He cannot be exonerated from any fault of that administration. He was an insider. He knew everything. If that administration succeeded, Tinubu was one of those that made it success. If he failed, he was one of them. So we don't need any excuse from Sanusi. Sanusi should not come there and be fooling Nigerians with stories. Whatever has happened. Fix Nigeria is what we are saying. We are not asking too much from anybody. Get this country fixed. You cannot be having an overbloated MDAs and all that and expect Nigerians to be happy with the condition we find ourselves. You cannot be driving over 3 million armored car because of this or that, and you think Nigerians are going hungry, and you think we'll be happy.
All right, Mr. Felix.
Mr. Hanacho,
yes.
Above all that, the government is not cutting costs, and beside that, people who are rich, who are on pay, governors on retirement, pension, all those nonsense should stop so that Nigeria can move forward. We know our problem is. Except to address corruption will continue to plunge Nigeria into what we are now. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for calling. Thank you again. Well, let's get to your thoughts on WhatsApp. Some of you have sent in voice notes and messages as well. Tim from Lugbe says, good morning, Prince Ihanacho. 100 days of torment and torturous hardship occasioned by unprecedented cost of living. This is indeed renewed. Okay, I cannot say the word. It's quite but some of you on social media, you would know the word. Renewed something. Team, thank you very much for your message. Okay, let's get to Okechukwu now. Okechukwu is here. Good morning, Okechukwu.
Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. My name is Okechukwu.
Welcome.
I want to react on the headline that says that Buhari he crushed the economy of Nigeria, that he left nothing for the president in our account. Why are we still blaming ourselves? I thought that Buhari and Tinubu are in one party. Why are they blaming Buhari again? Because Tinubu say he will start from where Buhari stopped. So you don't need to blame Buhari. Anything he say, you need to continue like that. So why is he blaming Buhari? Away from that, all eyes on judiciary. That is what Nigerians are saying. Do the right thing. When they say do the right thing, it will be paining some people. Why is it paining you? If you know you are not doing the right thing, why? That is why it's paining you. Judiciary, do the right thing. Now there is nothing like protest again in Nigeria. If you come out on your own, you see. That's why we are saying that Africa are not doing democracy. Africa is not practicing democracy. To me, I don't think we are practicing democracy. You see, that's why you see what is happening in Africa is happening. What people will come out to say, if you say anything, you will be arrested. Eh? With protest, you will tell the present government that what they are doing is not right, they should retreat. But now you cannot protest. In Nigeria, in Africa. Honestly, I don't know what to say. Nigeria, please, everybody should calm down. It's not easy anymore.
Thank you.
You cannot even buy a bag of 5 beans in the market. And we say we have a government. Oh, God, it's terrible. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Okechukwu there. Don is also here. Don, before we bring you in, let's get to this caller. Hello, good morning.
The Royal Majesty.
Good morning, Abubakar.
Thank you. How are loved ones?
Very well. I'm glad you're here.
How our country, Nigeria, God will see us through. I keep wondering, what kind of country do we have? A richly blessed country. Everything working for us. Our gain is a misplaced leadership. Yesterday, on international media, I watched a documentary on one of the Middle East countries who invested hugely in tourism. By multiple effects, they will attract the whole world. They will boost their commerce, they will boost their economy, prosperity will prevail. Their people will be contented. We have everything working for us. Even this, our flooding, we can transform this flooding disaster into prosperity. Imagine a visionary leader in Nigeria building holiday resort on both sides of River Niger and River Benue. It will attract the whole world. But we are not looking that way. What are we doing with our solid mineral resources? Some foreigner from some African countries are mining our solid mineral resources illegally. Nigeria don't partake. We are taxing Nigeria seriously on our oil resources. We are not benefiting from our oil wealth. What a calamity. We are expecting the judgment tomorrow. Whatever will be maybe the outcome, we will receive it in good faith. Thank you.
Thank you, Abubakar. Thank you so much. Moving on. Hello, good morning. Good morning, Moses. Seems like I've been expecting you. Welcome. Very well. Thank you so much for asking. Go ahead. Let's talk. Palliative is not for people like me, my brother.
No. Are you not part of Nigeria? Are you not suffering what all of
my brother, you know how palliatives go. Maybe I may not set my eyes. I may not see the palliatives or set my eyes on them until maybe the next 2 years when they are rotting away in a warehouse.
Empty promises. That is why Nigerians are suffering today. They come out with their voice, speak, and the reality is not on the ground. Look at how people are talking. I was Zion Prince. I listened to his analysis. Even though my brother always say, I'm not a politician, but he's a free politician.
Well,
so I discovered that this is the narrative, what is happening on the ground.
We are feeling the heat. We are feeling the heat. Before the government are coming, they say they are coming to help Nigeria out of the crisis we are going through. That is their promise. Why will you say NLC should not go on strike? They have held several meetings upon meetings, promising them what they promised them. It was because of the pressure the president came out to make a promise, and yet all these things are not seen on the ground. And you are saying NLC should not go on a warning strike. What are we saying? Are we happy with what is going on the ground? But my joy and my happiness is that God didn't allow life, I repeat, life to be in the hands of humanity to control. If life is in the hands of humanity to control by man, you are not what I'm given to do. So we pray that what the NLC wants to do should come out with a difference that will abate us from this very pain that we are going through. Thank you, Yanacho.
Thank you, Moses. Yeah. Appreciate you calling. The conversation continues. Let's bring you in. Okay, this is Don. Don, good morning.
Hello, good morning, my prince. How was the night? I hope you had a blissful night rest.
It was great. Thank you for asking.
The truth remains that what the administration of Buhari did to Nigeria, it's unimaginable. The kind of corruption, the kind of things that happened under that man has never happened before. I think because sometimes maybe this corruption may be prevalent in some institution, but the last administration it was all over, like all over. People were just helping themselves and. Okay, so it's going to take us a very long while when we have a good government, a legitimate government in power who understands the intricacies and the things to do to recover us. Because it is easier to recover when you know and understand that something has gone wrong, and then you're making a frantic effort to bring things, to put things in place. But at the moment, I don't see any of those happening. So it's still going to take us a long while. Forget about the persons that are saying those things. We know that they are not even qualified to say it. But every state Nigerian know that what took place under Buhari is unimaginable. And that is why we're in this state we are right now as a nation. Everything seems to have gone a very long, backward, a very distant backward. So that's just the truth. Then the reason why they keep on threatening protesters, and sometimes when you were making comments, you talked about the police having, or the security agencies having the priority to making the protest not being violent. The truth is that protesters who come to protest, usually in most cases in Nigeria, in fact in most of the cases, they are not violent. It's the presence of these security agencies when they don't like what they are protesting for. That is what turns it violence. That is just the truth. So if they can just allow people, if they are right, it's a constitutional right to protest. Allow people to protest. All you want to do, if you want to guide them, or you stand far away, or just be on alert in case any of them turns it violent. But we know that they don't become violent. Look at the one that happened during NSAS. It was until the government allegedly imported talks. You can see on marked vehicles of government bringing out talks. The video was all over. Okay, so that was when it became violent. If they had just allowed people to protest, it's not violent. So let them just allow people, it is their right to protest. Thank you. Have a blessed day.
Thank you very much, Don. Appreciate you calling in. Let's get more thoughts in. Okay, 09073530044 and 09087668888. I'm also going to bring you headlines now from Daily Trust newspaper. From Daily Trust, you have parties optimistic as tribunal rules on Atiku Obi's petitions tomorrow. Judgment will affirm Tinubu's mandate, says APC. We expect justice and nothing else. That's a PDP candidate. We are confident of winning, says Labour Party. Ballots, not judiciary, will make pronouncement, says Code. And also there, I get frightened each time I receive workers' payroll, says Tinubu. I get frightened each time I receive workers' payroll, says Tinubu. Pension, 72,000 workers not properly captured, says Pencom. And someone has said, look, this is how the people at the Pension Commission, or even, the PFAs, find a way to fleece Nigerians of their hard-earned money. After working for many years, one thing or the other, and they say, oh, you are not properly captured, or something has happened, and your money goes missing, you never get your pay after contributing for many years. Anyway, moving on from that one, 30 trillion naira borrowed from CBN. Inexperienced boy bought jet under Buhari, says Sanusi. And you'd wonder again, the question is, that's 30 trillion naira that the CBN, lent to the federal government. What was it used for? Aside from all of the other loans, I've always asked this question. And well, if the Tinubu administration would not go ahead to probe this and find out what it is that 30 trillion naira Ways and Means to the Buhari administration was used for, then we really have a problem in this country. All right. Aside from the other loans and all the other loot recovered, the Abacha loot and all of those things, they told us, oh, it was used for, Social Security program. Anyway, subsidy removal. LLC Sean's federal government begins strike today. The true story about my choice of Yaradua, says Obasanjo. The true story of my choice about my choice of Yaradua, Obasanjo. You want to read that in the belly of Daily Trust newspaper. Bond kicks as Rivers shot AIT and Ray Power. They didn't just shot the radio and TV stations. They demolished the station. Bond is kicking. What would Bond do? Again, would it be tyranny at its peak? What would it be? Moving on from that, I'm just going to skip that again, move away from that. Palliatives. Kanu distributes 457,000 bags of rice and maize to citizens. Palliatives. Kanu distributes 457,000 bags of rice and maize to citizens. Moving on, let's get your thoughts in now. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, my friend.
Good morning. Is this Jerry?
Yes, this is Jerry calling.
Jerry, good to have you. Welcome.
Yes, sir. You know why these guys don't want us to protest? Because they don't want to listen to us. When we're saying something on radio, still, they will not listen to us. They will just wipe away our time. And still, they will not listen to us. And it's good as they go for the strike today. And no protest. They say no protest, man. That's all striking. That's what I have to say.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Jerry. Okay, getting on to your messages on WhatsApp. Usman Daura is here. Good morning, Usman.
Welcome. Mr. Hena Chapman, it's really nice that Usman Daura is my name.
Glad you're here.
And the warning strike is commencing today and tomorrow, and in support of it, Labour should go ahead with the strike. This is the only language the government understands. And for those of you blaming Labour, I don't know what you want them to do. So they should fall down and work this government. They should not act, they should not do anything. So I don't think it is right. Allow them to do it, Mr. Henacho. The same government made some promises which was not fulfilled. It was right for them to remove all subsidy. It was right for them not to fulfill what they promised to Nigerians. At a point in time, Mr. Henacho, the meeting that they were holding with Chief of Staff to the President, Mr. Bajabiamila, he was not even attending the meeting. He wasn't serious. They complained to show you how insensitive these leaders are. But then he was not even attending the meeting. He was not serious. He was not showing any concern about it, Mr. Henacho. What is all this? But everything about these big men, about these people in that hierarchy, people in that hierarchy is going on. They are enjoying their allowances, their salary, everything about them. Nothing has changed. The status quo has remained. Only Nigerians that are suffering. What is all this? I am still asking Mr. Henacho. It's not meant for only big men to enjoy. Tinubu, VP, President Tinubu, Vice President, National Assembly members, Minister, Head of Parastatics and Department. It's not meant for them only to enjoy and their children, Mr. Henacho. Are we Nigerians? Can't we benefit from our Commonwealth? I don't know. So Labour should go on with the planned warning strike and call this insensitive government to order. They should come and do the needful. And President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, please pay more attention to the internal problems you have at home. What you have at home is enough for you to contend with. Forget about all these foreign trips. It won't make any difference. If you don't fix your home, nothing will come out of it. Nobody will come and invest in a country where there is no security, where poverty has taken over, where economy has collapsed. Come back and fix Nigeria. You are voted by Nigerians to provide solutions to Nigerians. Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President of Nigeria, please focus on our problems here. Forget about all these foreign trips. Nothing will come out of it. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Osman Daura. And moving on, more thoughts here. Good morning. Good morning.
How is work and family?
Very well.
My name is Engineer Shegun from Suleja.
Engineer Shegun, it's been a while.
The situation we are in Nigeria, we don't even know that it's going to be worse like this. Because the things are getting worse every day. We just pray to God to intervene. I want to beg all my fellow Nigerians that we should please don't be violent. If the result come out tomorrow, let's take it that is how God wants it. And for the protest that Labour want to do, please let it be in peace. If we go to a country, how you heard from people that their country is not peaceful, there is war, you will know that it's even better we stay like this than to be in the front war. God bless Nigeria. God bless you, Josephine.
God bless you too, Engineer Shagu. All right, let's get more calls. 090-735-30044 and 09087668888. Hello, good morning. Uh-oh, that one dropped. Try to call back. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, my brother.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
Very well,
Good
BB
morning.
Blessing. Good to have you.
BB Blessing.
Mm-hmm.
We are happy to hear your voice again, once again. I greet our caller, especially Salanta, a man of word, a man of voice, microphone. I greet everybody. What I want to say, we know they against labor where they want to come out. If I may, we support them before you know, they dress back. Is it me say every hope no reach all of them? That is why some particular people they want to come out. May we know what they are coming out for. Coming out to make fuel to reduce. May we know for that one. And coming out to make the price of market now where they high every day, which is we don't know what they buy 3,000 now before now it's 4,500, which is a super pack. Coming out to tackle issue of security, issue of I don't even know. Make they tell us what are they coming out for? Is it coming out for their salary or for their pocket? So that may we know if they say they want to come out, make they talk one thing, what will make them come out? Is the issue of legit the price of fuel? So that may we know. Coming out or may our Jagote open refinery, may we know. See, coming out, we will have free education or we will have salary, both worker, both no worker, or coming out of our security people where they don't kill our army, our soldier, where they don't kill, see now nothing come about. Coming out to come president order to do the needful, coming out to tell court to announce a winner so that Nigeria will have a peace. Now labor we coming out for, may we understand. Coming out, protest. What that protest mean, may Nigeria know so that when we know what is that protest mean, we go support. Not be say protest we go cause violence. Nobody will carry gun. In case of EFCC, where EFCC is there, where price of things increase, where EFCC is there, where our president say subsidy is gone. Where we are there. Now, if somebody they know for come on, nobody can listen for us. We
Right,
are talking,
BB
we are
Blessing.
taking what it belongs to us. God
Thank
bless
you.
us. God bless
God
you.
bless you.
God bless.
Thank you very much. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. This is Michael Tuko from Boys.
I didn't get your name, sir.
On this show. Michael Tuko.
Michael Tucker, good to have you so much for joining us. Good.
Yeah,
Bless you.
thank you. You know, I don't have much to say about this country situation because as it is now, if God were human being supposed to ban us from calling His name because God has blessed Nigeria with everything we supposed to have in this world, but because of bad leaders, politicians, this is getting worse every day. Because the last caller said something. Now they want to come out and protest. Let us know what they come out to do now, just to come and protest for what exactly. So we just need to know because last time when they came out, I think we don't even hear anything. Then go back. It's like whether they interpret them or some of them, we don't really know what happened that time. But now they say they want to come out again. If you want to come out to protest, let us know what are you coming out for to protest so that the Nigerians can support. If what we can support, we support. What we cannot support, then we allow you guys to just alone. Not just to come out and say you want to protest, just like that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, just for clarity's sake, the NLC hasn't really called this a protest. They say it's a strike. And what does it mean? Probably means that they're just going to, they're embarking on an indefinite strike in 21 or 14 days. But then they're going to commence. So this is the communique. I'm going to read this portion to you. It says, consequently, after all of what has happened, after all of the meetings, consequently, the NEC in session resolved as follows. 1. To embark on a total and indefinite shutdown of the nation within 14 working days or 21 days from today until steps are taken by the government to address the excruciating mass suffering and impoverishment being experienced around the country. 2. To commence a 2-day nationwide warning strike on Tuesday and Wednesday, the 5th and 6th of September 2023 to demonstrate our readiness for the indefinite strike later in the month, and also demand that the state vacates the illegally acquired or occupied national headquarters of the National Union of Road Transport Workers, NURTW. Also, they say to embark on a mass protest and rally in Imo State within the month of September 2023 in preparation for a major shutdown of the state to compel the state government to stop the abuse and violation of rights and privileges of workers and trade unions in the state. To begin the shutdown, that's four now, to begin the shutdown of the operations of Air Peace Airline and other companies in the aviation sector that are involved in the serious violation of rights of workers in the sector, to freedom of association and to collectively bargain and organize. 5, to call on communities around the nation to stop taking laws into their hands but report to the authorities for amicable resolution of any matter involving members of the Amalgamated Union of Foodstuffs and Cattle Dealers of Nigeria, which is one of our affiliates. 6, to demand that the new Minister of the Federal Capital Territory desist from threatening poor masses in the FCT with the demolition of their properties built from their years of toil, but should focus more on making houses available to the people. He is not a minister of demolition and should be prepared to meet Nigerian workers and citizens on the street if he carries out his insensitive utterances. And that's the resolution from that meeting held on the 31st of August 2023 by the NLC. Let's wrap it up now. And this is Comrade Ulo Bassi. Okay, Comrade Ulo Bassi is here, sending us a voice note this morning. Let's hear you, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, Radio Highness of FCT.
Yes, sir.
Hear not your praise. God bless your day, my brother. My name is Comrade Ulo Bassi. Let me just go straight. Now, TUC has compromised and decided to become a spoil sport and a fly in the ointment. Henceforth, I would advise NLC to be careful to mingle with TUC officials because a man's enemy is in his own house. Also, DSS and the military should stop threatening and intimidating Nigerians because they have been part and parcel of the problems we are facing today. We remember what happened during 2019 presidential elections, which brought Buhari to do the second term as president of Nigeria. Well, thank God that the families of these military men are feeling the heat, are feeling what the masses are going through at this moment. But in life, they should remember that nothing remains the same forever. A time for change must come, whether they like it or not. Whether they brought in bazooka, whether they brought in nuclear weapon, whether they brought in RPG, anything they brought in to intimidate the masses, a change must come one day. That is what they should know. Nothing lasts forever. God bless Nigeria. Bye-bye for now, my brother.
Thank you very much, Comrade Ulo Bassi. And Odogu Motif says, good morning, sir. I'm just speechless in this blessed country with bad leaders. Thank you so much. Motif. Thank you very much. All right, a final message here is from Akamata. Akamata says, Buhari's regime really dealt Nigeria's resources and economy a heavy uppercut blow. What is now the difference between civilian and military rule if the civilian politicians are exhibiting the habit of the military rulers, which is violation of human rights and abuse of rule of law? Akamata is asking. Akamata, I hope that you find an answer to this question that you just asked. But for me, this is where I drop the anchors on the conversation this morning. I'd like to say thank you to everyone who's been a part of the conversation, from GB to Okwi, Bright, Chidi Ndubisi, Ozo Francis, Elder Noja, Mr. Chidi from Niger State, Clement Zion Prince, Felix from Lambata, Team, Okechukwu, Abubakar, Moses, Don, Jerry, Usman Daura, Engineer Shagu, Bibi Blessing, Michael Tukur, as well as Comrade Ulo Bassi, Motive, and Akamata. Thank you all for being a part of the conversation this morning. And to those of you who just sat back to listen, you know I call you MVP for a reason, because without you, we would all just be speaking to ourselves. But thank you so much for being there and being a part of the conversation. We'll do this again tomorrow at the top of the hour, 7. But in the meantime, Sports on Eagles Wings comes up at the top of the hour, 8, with Vicky Vic. And 9 o'clock, we'll see us discuss all of these topical issues as we see them in depth with our guest and resource person sharing thoughts with us at that time. You don't want to miss out on it. In the meantime, just keep it locked here on your radio experience you can count on. My name is Iheanacho Prince, His Radio Highness of Abuja. Keep it locked here, and I'll see you on the flip side.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.